Many of you have been wanting me to do a commentary about Gladys Knight and her decision of wanting to perform, or not so much wanting to, but agreeing to perform the national anthem at this year's upcoming Super Bowl. And I was going back and forth whether I was going to talk about it or not, but something has come up that has now prompted me to want to talk about it. So this article came out on Yahoo, or at least that's where I'm reading it from, where it says Gladys Knight has responded to Colin Kaepernick and the kneeling and the process of everything like that. And it says that, and this is her words, our national anthem has been dragged into this debate. She said our national anthem. You would think that she helped write the lyrics, when that definitely was not the case. I had left a comment on Harvey's page yesterday on his channel. I said Aaliyah, her niece, because if y'all didn't know, Aaliyah is the niece to Gladys Knight. Gladys was married to Aaliyah's uncle, the one who really managed her career. But let me go ahead and read this article. Gladys Knight has responded to criticism after agreeing to sing the national anthem during this year's Super Bowl. The singer and civil rights activist drew negative reactions on social media after it was revealed she would sing the anthem prior to the sporting event on February 3rd. Some felt her accepting the gig undermined Colin Kaepernick's activism. The free agent, then a San Francisco 49er, famously started kneeling during the national anthem in 2016 before games to protest police brutality as well as the oppression of black people and people of color. I'm glad they kept that separate. I'm glad whoever wrote this article kept that separate when they said black people and people of color, because they could have just thrown us into that people of color category. One person urged Kaepernick on Twitter to call out Knight for agreeing to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl. Respectfully, the response that Gladys Knight should have given when the NFL came calling is no, I will not sing until you stop excluding Colin Kaepernick from your league, a Twitter user wrote. Gladys Knight is now against Colin Kaepernick, someone else tweeted. Knight addressed the criticism, telling Variety she understands that Kaepernick is protesting injustice as well as police violence. It is unfortunate that our national anthem has been dragged into this debate when the distinctive senses of the national anthem and fighting for injustice should each stand alone, she told the publication. The singer explained she wanted to give the anthem back its voice and expressed the hope that her performance would bring unity. You know, the last black performer who did something like that performed for Trump at his inauguration, Chrisette Michele, and her career literally fell in shambles. Now, see, Gladys is pretty much at the end of her career. Right now, she just performs any gig that she's given, which is probably why she agreed to do this. I don't know if she's trying to gain new fans or what have you, or new Twitter followers, Instagram followers, whatever. But I don't think it's still a good look in this explanation that she gave, where she says that the national anthem and fighting for justice should each stand alone. Does she even know what the national anthem stood for? Has she even read the entire song in each stanza, even the ones that are excluded from the song that we've heard for eons? That song wasn't written for us. It was written about us in a very negative tone, which is why they cut those last few stanzas out. Knight, who is 74, added, I have been in the forefront of this battle longer than most of those voicing their opinions to win the right to sing our country's anthem on a stage as large as the Super Bowl. Kaepernick has so far not voiced his opinion regarding Knight's decision. You know what? Maybe it's best he doesn't say anything. Just stay quiet. Kaepernick, at this point, him doing the silent treatment is probably the best response he could give. The last time he had to be vocal was when he had to call out that lying-ass Travis Scott for saying that he had a conversation with him and said that he gave him his blessing to do the Super Bowl, which to me, even to this day, even though it was just a couple days ago when I reported on it, it's still ridiculous. But back to Gladys. She could have easily said no. Look at all the artists that turned down the opportunity who came after her, who are not in her generation, but she chose to pick up the quote-unquote mantle. And speaking of other artists that have picked up who are just doing something, those two girls, the ones that I think was discovered by Beyonce, I forget their names, Chloe and something, those twin girls, I found out yesterday that they are performing America the Beautiful before Gladys Knight does the national anthem. I'm like, does anybody see what's going on here? And both of those girls are black. So you got those two performing that, Gladys Knight doing the national anthem, Maroon 5's doing the Super Bowl half. They're the headliners, but they got lion ass Travis Scott and Big Boy to perform along with them. I'm like, do y'all see what's going on here? They're trying to get ratings out of us, and it will not work. You cannot get me to watch it. I'm sorry. It's not gonna happen. I'm sorry. It just won't happen. And if I wanted to watch that, I can always wait a day or two later. It's going to end up on YouTube and it won't contribute to their ratings. But even then, I don't want to watch it because it won't entertain me at all. But Gladys, I don't know what you're going to do with this. But like I said, she's pretty much at the tail end of her career. So she better be very lucky and fortunate for that. I don't know if she's trying to gain a new fan base before she really decides to bow out of the industry. You know, of people in my generation, but people in my generation know who Gladys Knight is because our parents grew up listening to her, Gladys Knight in the Pips. So it's not like we're not familiar with her or her material, but maybe she's trying to reach Generation Z. Maybe that's what it is. But this is probably not the best way to go about it. And that response didn't make it any better because it's like you completely shunned to the side what Colin was trying to do. And it's unfortunate that you have a lot of other black people who shun what he was trying to do as well. But that's fine because it exposed a lot of people, exposed a lot of races and a lot of traitors. They're interchangeable, some more than the other. But y'all let me know what you think about this down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. The links will be in the description. I will talk to you in the next one.